If Aljamain Sterling can't take down Henry Cejudo, can he still beat him?
I don't think so, no. Henry's too fast on the feet. He moves better on his feet. I mean, obviously it's a fight. Fight's a fight. Anything can happen, right? But Henry's so good at judging distance that I think Aljo's going to have a hard time dealing with the way Henry controls distance.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait. So hold on. So you're giving mixed emotions there, but who have you got? you just gave a case for both men. I'm like, so who's winning? Oh, he's hung up.
My bad. Sorry.
Don't put me on the fence.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, go on. But who would your official pick be? You got Henry?
My official pick would be Henry Cejudo. My official pick is Henry Cejudo. And that's a biased pick. I mean, even though it wasn't, it's a biased pick. But when I look at the two athletes, they both can absolutely win. Like, they both have the skill set to beat each other. But what I gave before giving my pick was, as an analyst, which I hope I can do after I'm done fighting, is when I look at them, it's like, okay, well, these are the strengths and the weaknesses of both these gentlemen. In order for Aljo to succeed, this is what he needs to do. In order for Henry Cejudo to succeed, he needs to do this. This is what's going to happen. My pick is for Henry Cejudo.
All that wrestling and everything goes out the window. It's a totally different ball game. So in them scrambles, if he's able to wrap up the back, that could be a big problem for Henry Cejudo. So I'm not counting out Aljamain. I think Aljamain can definitely hang in there with him, with the scrambles and that, and maybe threaten him with a bit of back control or something like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. But again, on the feet, I'm all Henry Cejudo, I think. But I believe his best bet is if Henry shoots on him, and then him, maybe catching the neck or jumping to the back in that scramble and things like that. So who do I lean towards on that one? Even. All right. So see, there you go. Now, would you lean on? I'm leaning towards Henry Cejudo. So they're even. So best bet, I'll have to say Henry Cejudo. I think he's got more tools of winning. I think he understands the game, so I think he'll be preparing well. There are big threats that Aljamain has, but I think he's the type of fighter, or he would have the type of thing, or study, put themselves in their positions and really work things that are going to need to be worked on to get him through some of these adversities that could happen. So I'm going to have to lean towards Henry Cejudo on that one. And mark my words, I can guarantee you this. I could bet big money on this. If Henry Cejudo wins, he's calling me out. And probably the same with our Aljamain as well. Whoever wins, they're calling me out, I guarantee you. So again, I told you that earlier on. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. It's going to be interesting. All right, that's it for UFC.
For Aljamain, Henry Cejudo, this one's tough. There's a reason the odds are like this, right? Minus 105 to minus 115. So the odd makers don't know what to expect when it comes to Henry Cejudo. He's been out 3 years. So you can base off the Dominic Cruz fight, but 3 years, especially at that weight class, is a long freaking time. Now, Henry Cejudo is not one of those guys that's just been fishing and hanging out at the beach and doing a shit. He's active. He helped John Jones out. He's trained with Mighty Mouse. He trains with Sugar Sean. He trains with all these guys. He helps them out. Game plans. He's been cornering guys. He trains with them. So he's been super active. So you're dealing with a different type of human being here. He's also an outlier when it comes to his mindset. There's a reason he was a double UFC champion, and he was also an Olympic gold champion. So his mindset is what separates him from everybody else on this UFC roster. But I do not like when guys take 3 years off. I don't care what your mindset is. And I also don't like you're fighting a guy in his prime in Aljo, where ring rust is going to be a factor here. You just hope that if you are a Henry Cejudo fan, that he doesn't get finished before he can make those changes to kind of win some rounds there, because Aljo is a finisher. So I do think it's a very tough fight for Henry Cejudo. At his age, if you look at the odds are not on his side at his age, and going for a title shot, I would probably put my money on Aljo in this. I'll probably take Aljo.
I don't want to pick against Aljamain Sterling again, because I feel like I've been.
So pick Aljamain Sterling. I'm picking Henry Cejudo, so I'm quite happy with you picking Aljamain Sterling. I can see Aljamain Sterling winning, but I kind of can't pick against Henry Cejudo, because I just feel like he's technically just better. And the thing that might swing it, and we were chatting about this in the van, the thing that might swing it is the size difference. Like, Cejudo for sure shouldn't be fighting at flyweight anymore. Because, like, if you look at his earlier fights, he was a flyweight in the beginning.
Who you got in the main event, man? Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo.
God, I get asked this question. I always feel like I have to have an answer. But man, it's so up in the air because they kind of cancel each other out. You know, Cejudo's wrestling. I mean, and then Aljamain's grappling or jujitsu, his backpack. You know, it's like it might be a stand-up war. I think the thing that's going to be as significant, you know, is the size. You know, Henry's moving up. You know, and I don't know if retirement has put on some athletic size. So I'm a little unsure about that. But as of now, I have Aljamain.
You take a look at those two fights. How is it that you think that they're going to play out? Who do you think is going to win in those?
With Aljamain Sterling and Gende Cejudo, if Henry don't give him wrestling and if he defends his takedowns, I think Henry will beat him. I think like this because Henry was fighting with too many guys who have good striking, and he showed good job.
Okay, he has the wrestling advantage on paper. If it was a wrestling match, they say he would win, even though I don't think so. If it's freestyle, okay, maybe I'll give him the freestyle. I don't even see how he win. He's just so much smaller than me. I'm like, dude, what is your path to victory in beating me in a freestyle match? Like, you take a shot, I can step around and cut the corner on you and expose your back for points. Like, people think my wrestling is not up to par with these guys just because they got a gold medal. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Cool. I've wrestled with a lot of high-level guys, and I probably wrestle more competitively now than you do.